What up? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And look at you. You done stumbled upon little OTB Saints, where we bring you all the latest black and gold coverage.
Who are the Saints going to draft? Who's going to be their quarterback? What does the salary cap look like? All that information and more.
Hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe.
Do we play the Kellen Moore sound? I still can't. I mean, I can't help it. I'm actually getting very excited for Kellen Moore. I'm into Kellen Moore. But
You're a teeth guy, huh?
I am. I just don't know. I that I still don't know that I think that Kellen Moore audio plays well.
We don't have to do it.
I'm thinking.
I just got it just in case. We don't have to do it, though.
Yeah, for sure. Have more 5 ready to go because that's going to add into our conversation. All right, so I think the most interesting piece of news of the day is that the Saints are hosting Quinn Ewers on a top 30 visit. I did not know exactly what a top 30 visit is. It's exactly what it sounds like, right? Each team can host up to 30 draft-eligible players in their facility. So these are players that you would have on your board as potential draftees. I think where this maybe becomes a bit more interesting is this is now the third time that they'll be crossing paths with Ewers. They met with him at the Combine. They took him to dinner in March before his pro day, and now they're hosting him on a visit as well. And you look at the Saints, they got a lot of picks, maybe around like pick 130. Something like that would seem to make a lot of sense. Like, it's impossible to ignore the fact that Kellen Moore obviously has some interest in Quinn Ewers. And here's what Kellen Moore had to say. Let's see if I got the right quote here about always kind of being on the lookout for a quarterback. It's more 5.
I think every team in the NFL is always trying to bring in quarterbacks and develop them under any circumstances. So everyone does homework every year on quarterbacks. It's a very valuable position, and so obviously we feel like we have Derek, who's played a ton of football and we feel great about, and then we have certainly our organization has invested in quarterbacks the last few years with Spencer, Jake, and then Ben, and so we got a number of guys that we're excited to develop as well.
So maybe we'll just stick to reading the quotes. But again,
He sounds like somebody, and
it's a little Kermit the Frog.
Well, yes,
but not fully.
But it's somebody else. I'm going to figure it out. Hopefully not on this show because that means we're not playing too much of it. But
yeah.
Okay, so I will say this: I went on one pre-draft visit.
Okay, where'd you go?
San Diego.
There you go. So you think there's, again, a ton of things still have to break the right way, right? Like somebody could decide that they really love Quinn Ewers, or a player that you don't expect to be there at 130 could suddenly be there, and you're like, God, we do like Quinn, but this feels like a bigger steal right here. So again, this is not any guarantee that they are going to take Quinn Ewers, but they obviously have interest, and they obviously think he's intriguing from his talent to where he's slotted to go in this draft. And I would agree with that. Like, Ewers is a guy who is flawed, definitely, but has a beautiful natural throw. And I love his maturation. We've talked about this. Like, I like how Quinn Ewers scores on the intangibles front. And so, yes, maybe worth taking a shot on that guy and seeing if he can develop in this league.
Yeah, I think he's got an elite skill set. It's can you get that for a totality of a football game?
Yeah.
And so there's some of those mental things that he has matured, and I totally agree with you there, but can you continue to mature to a level where you play like you've shown so many times throughout a football game consistently for 3 straight weeks? And so that is intriguing. Like, if you see some of the throws that he makes, you're like, I can get the most out of that guy.
Yeah.
So I understand it. I understand why you would be interested in him. Let me throw a hypothetical at you. Would you rather select Shedeur Sanders at 9 and some, random corner at 40, right, in the second round? We talked about one the other day, I think the one out of East Carolina. Or would you
East
rather?
Carolina corner sounds good, actually. I know we make a lot of small school jokes, but like an East Carolina corner is probably going to be a dog.
Or would you rather take Tyler Warren out of Penn State at 9 and Quinn Ewers at 40?
Is Ewers going to go 40? Everything I've been seeing is in like that more like
ESPN.com had a mock draft last week that had him going to the Saints at that pick.
I mean, I would probably say Tyler Warren because, again, I do have major questions. I'm sure
That's
it would
what I'm
be
saying.
exciting.
Would
if
you
he
rather
was
have
selected.
Warren and Ewers
Yeah, I
or
think
Shooter
Warren and
Sanders and a defensive player?
I think Warren and Ewers, so maybe that's an even bigger reach at 40 than it would be for Shedeur at 9. I guess I also have questions surrounding Shedeur where I don't have any questions surrounding Tyler Warren. Like the Saints have to get their first-round pick right.
Yeah.
And I feel like Tyler Warren is about as safe of a prospect as you can get, partially because of the position he plays, but also that just that skill set obviously will translate to the NFL. So, and then maybe an offense like the Saints, where Kellen Moore is going to look to use Taysom Hill creatively, Tyler Warren can also start to become a piece that you can move all around. So yeah, I would take the latter deal there. I guess what I would maybe want to push back on though is having any great expectation for Ewers. Now, if you draft Shedeur at 9, expect away. Because that is what comes with being a first-round quarterback. But anytime you take a later-round quarterback, understand you are rolling the dice and hoping to get a bit lucky, hoping to hit 8 the hard way. It probably won't work out, but if it does, it can pay great dividends. So like don't get overhyped on Ewers if they were to take him. But it would be interesting, and obviously they have interest. Maybe the other thing that was interesting about quarterback that Kellen Moore talked about is that he wants a backup set by the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
he doesn't like a backup battle with guys jogging back and forth. He thinks everybody clearly needs to know where they stand, and so everybody can prepare accordingly.
And he kind of mentioned the quarterback room, and you got some assets in there. They're not first round, second round assets, but still. 4th and 5th rounders.
Yeah.
I mean, and 4th and 5th round guys are supposed to be on the team. 4th round guy is supposed to be somebody that you can count on being a starter at a position. That's why they took Jake Haener. So they do have some resources into that room. You still don't feel great about it, but I could certainly see them at 40. If there's a quarterback they love and you bring somebody in for a top 30 visit, you're interested.
Yeah.
Beyond a little bit. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like that's somebody that you can identify being on your football team. And I know it's
And you met
changed.
with him twice before too, so
Yes.
it was an informed decision to take him on the top 30 visit.
So when I went on my visit, the Chargers were for sure going to take kind of a tweener running back fullback. It was me, Peyton Hillis, and Owen Smith. It was us 3.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And so like that's what they were going to do.
Trio, dude.
They were going to select one of us, and they wanted to bring us in, have us, have a meal with them, go over film, meet LT, like the whole deal. So all 3 of us did it, and so like they were going to select that position.
Meet LT. How'd that go?
Great, it was good.
Nervous?
It's good. A little bit. I mean, he had just come off like one of the best running back seasons we had ever seen.
It wasn't like the
2006.
30 touchdown season, was it?
Not that, but like 2 years after that. So
Damn.
06 he did that. This was in 08.
Damn. Meeting the
07 he
living
was still
legend.
a dog. And whoever was getting selected was going to replace Lorenzo Neal.
High pressure.
So
High pressure visit there. But again, you went on a top 30 visit to the Chargers, and you ended up being drafted by the Chargers.
it's almost like if they bring you, on a visit like that, it's not 100%, but it's like 95% that they are willing to draft you with one of their picks.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
5% smoke screen sometimes, bring a guy in, a team behind you has been eyeing him. You know it. Hey, let's bring that guy in, maybe create some trade value. Sure, you do that. But 95% of the time, because you only get so many of them.
Yeah, it'd be a waste of resources
Yes.
if you were playing too many games.
You're bringing your guy in that you can see being on your football team.
So will Quinn Ewers end up being on the football team? Time will tell, but it's certainly something to watch going into the draft.
Wow, just amazing black and gold takes right there, Jake.
I don't think I've ever heard any takes that are better than the 2 guys that just gave you that take.
And you can keep getting them by going ahead and liking, subscribing, ringing the bell to get notifications when we post. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next OTB Saints.